It's really bad.
It's pretty bad.
Iran has committed a lot of human rights violations.
It's a theocracy on one hand, and on the other hand, it's a democracy. But the theocratic, authoritarian part of the government dominates. And so anyone that is not exhibiting the values of Islam is going to be persecuted because of that. And anyone who is seen as an enemy of the state will be persecuted to the fullest extent that they can, whether or not they are an enemy or not.
Iran essentially has two branches of government. One side is democratic and is currently led by President Hassan Rouhani, who was elected in 2013. But the other side, the more powerful of the two, is an Islamic theocracy. The supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has been the true face of power since 1989. He is the head of state and both Iran's highest-ranking political figure and the highest-ranking religious figure. This position grants him the ability to prosecute his enemies and make it difficult to challenge his authority.
They're part of a lot of covenants that, say that they are following these human rights laws and allowing their citizens to, have these rights, but really they don't.
Many regard Iran's prisons as some of the most brutal in the world. Beatings, torture, rape, and mock executions are common.
I thought that maybe they would just be imprisoned and, have a lower quality of life, but not this bad. Like, they're being denied serious medical treatment, visitors, basic human rights. I mean, they're just left to rot away in jail just for being a scholar and trying to learn more about the world and make it a better place.
Scholars at Risk is an international network of institutions that strives to protect academic freedom and promote scholars. They work closely with participating member institutions to arrange temporary academic positions at universities so that wrongly accused scholars can continue their work. Scholars at Risk has provided sanctuary and assistance to almost 300 scholars each year. However, there are still many individuals that need help. Ahmadreza Djalali and Hamid Babaei are two scholars that have been wrongfully imprisoned and their lives remain in danger.
Hamid Babaei is a student who was working to complete his PhD of Finance at the University of Liège when he was imprisoned by the Iranian government for refusing to work as an informant for Iran. Hamid was born in West Azerbaijan and is 33 years old. He has family in Iran, and his wife Cobra was arrested in 2014 and served a 6-month sentence for speaking to the media about his case. Babaei was arrested on August 13, 2013, while he was visiting family in Iran. He is imprisoned in Gohardish prison, where he is being refused hospital treatment for chest pains, a panic disorder, and other health issues, despite being eligible for parole based on Article 58 of Iran's Islamic Penal Code. Babaei wrote a letter to his wife after being in prison saying,
I never thought when I entered the intelligence ministry it would be our last time together and the beginning of a bitter scenario for both of us. Neither of us deserved this grim affair.
Hamid Babaei is just trying to get through school, He's not very different from us right now.
Ahmadreza Djalali is an Iranian-born professor who specializes in disaster medicine. He completed his master's in Italy and his PhD in Sweden, where he is a permanent resident. He was working in Belgium before his arrest. He has authored more than 45 publications, with a focus on how hospitals can best prepare for large numbers of casualties, such as natural disasters and terror attacks. He has a wife, Vida, and 2 children. In an article written shortly after Djalali's arrest, his wife said,
Anyone who's met Ahmadreza knows he is a kind and compassionate person who loves people. He is a conscientious and compassionate doctor who has put all of his effort into the health and welfare of others. I was shocked when Ahmadreza was arrested. I didn't even hear about it until 4 days later when his family in Iran told me. I thought that it was some kind of mistake and that he would be released. I didn't hear from him until the next month, and when he called, it was only for 2 minutes. I sensed that he was under intense psychological pressure.
In April 2016, he was arrested while visiting Iran for an academic workshop. He was detained in a Wien prison, where he was reportedly held in solitary confinement without access to a lawyer until that December. Dr. Djalali later informed his sister that he had been forced to sign a confession relating to crimes against the national security of Iran. He was later charged with crimes against God, which carries the death sentence. According to a close contact, Djalali believes he was arrested for refusing to spy for the Iranian intelligence service. On October 21, 2017, Iran's Revolutionary Court sentenced Djalali to death on espionage-related charges.
Just chills went through my entire body. It felt like the blood was draining from my face and everything. Like, I don't know this guy, but we're working on his case because we're supposed to be caring about, as Americans, we should care that someone is not being allowed the freedom of expression and is being wrongfully put to death because of that.
Well, I was shocked. We knew it was a possibility when we first got the case, but I mean, like, in America, that's not ever an option. Like, we don't kill journalists, we don't kill academics and things like that. And so, like, we knew it was a possibility in Iran, and then when it happened, it was just shocking because it's not something you would expect for someone who didn't commit a crime.
That was the moment that this class kind of became real. It really hit that we're doing something important. We're working on something that's deep and meaningful, and this is a real person whose life is in danger now, and we're helping to prevent that. So that was the moment that it became important. It became real. This, it kind of hit home.
I guess just understanding that these are people. They're actual people with actual lives and families.
I wish people would separate the citizens of Iran from the government.
Simply raising awareness of the suppression of scholars and the suppression of free speech is crucial. By sharing this video and following on social media, you can help get the word out.
The first thing that anyone can really do is just share it on social media. The social media is the modern, most powerful tool we have right now, because information can be shared worldwide instantaneously through hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. And we do it on a daily basis, and all it takes is just a few seconds to maybe read the article and then just share it with friends and family and just let the world know that something is happening on our earth that is really affecting these people. And actually, we have 2 social media accounts set up. We have UTC for Scholars at Risk on Facebook, and we have a Twitter account, UTC Scholars at Risk. So definitely check those out. We're trying to update those as much as we can.
From there, you have an educated base in which to educate other people and let them know about the issues that are going on.
Just talk about it. Just talk about it at work, at school, on the street, on social media, on the deepest, darkest corners of the internet if you need to. But just talking about it, I think, it's not enough to put pressure on the government, but, reaching out to your representatives and things like that. Everyone says that nowadays, but it's the only thing that will actually help these 2 men be freed.
There's power in, like, looking at a country like Iran and saying, we know what you're doing, we're watching you.
Along with this, on the Scholars at Risk website, there are action campaigns and petitions that work to free these individuals. There is strength in numbers, and if we can get more people involved and spread the word, you can help the fight for international academic freedom.